that Adrian Broner had, which he's still living on the feelings and glory of. But Adrian Broner seemed like.
But it's not about that though. See, this video is turning into some shit that it shouldn't be. It's about how I don't give a fuck how much money you got, what you look like, cute nigga, whatever. Nigga, you are rapey, bro. You a creep. You're a creep. At this point, we've seen enough clips to know, like, the fact that this shit is even sliding on the internet is fuck to me, folks. I ain't lying to you. But like I said, this how R. Kelly, this how all the niggas got away with this shit for so long, gang. Epstein, because niggas will see it, but ain't nobody gonna say nothing because it's cool. Because it might be funny every now and then. Because he get money and he got all the viewers, so I'm gonna come fuck with him. Like, I would never be in a. If I seen Adrian Broner in a room, I would leave. Like, I don't even need to be here. If this nigga's here, I need to go. Like, type shit. You feel me? Like, or I'm gonna end up calling the Popo. Call the Popo, huh? 911 is gonna get called if you're in the room. I promise you.
Wasn't enough to get Amber Rose herself. He would have to take seconds, and seconds as in her water.
How would you take her water, man? Good, I want to taste her. I never tasted no water like this.
He just licked my whole water bottle.
Bro, that's not okay. Alright. This is my sister, bro. Drunk, nasty, horny, crackhead uncle. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. Y'all ain't listen to me. I'm saying eat my pecans, nigga. Trying to tell you, y'all ain't listen to me. Sister, bro, I'm your brother. You can't. No, yeah.
So this is the water that Amber Rose was drinking from, and you've got Adrian Broner just slobbering on this thing like a mutt. He's got look at this and say, man, is this anything for content or is he drunk? And also, this is really him. What? No, Adrian Broner, I'm starting to learn that he deserves to go broke, actually. It was his mentality, and he probably go broke acting when he was at the top of the game. Like, he really is this cocky guy that hasn't changed. I don't think him going broke humbled him, because he would start, keep in mind, everything that's happened up until this point with Amber Rose. She's been patient. Like I said, Amber Rose is a pro. She can deal with men in many situations. She could talk herself out of it. She knows how to manipulate men, especially the ones with fragile egos, like an Adrian Broner, who money is his identity. Like, you saw the guy, like his coach passed away, unfortunately, and he took up an addiction to liquor. He just, everything got destroyed around him. Even before that, he was crashing out, just doing nonsense instead of staying focused. But he would start throwing a tantrum about not getting the seat he wanted in the car.
I sit in the middle. Bro, they gave me the same thing. I don't care about none of that. Bro, I sit in the middle, yeah. What the fuck? How y'all deal with this nigga all this? Y'all just so dumb. That's another thing. I'm sitting in the middle, yeah.
Bro, just chill. Come on.
I don't go nowhere without sitting in the middle, yeah. You know that. Okay, but it ain't even that deep. It's a seat, bro. I know the logic. I'm just chill. That's one. Yeah, come on, bro. I'm serious. You know I'm serious, bro. I don't move nowhere without sitting in the middle, yeah. Hey, bro, what's wrong with you, bro? Get your weird ass on. How do y'all deal with this nigga?
I don't mind it, bro. I don't mind it. Let me get out first.
That's good. I don't know how deep it is.
I'll open the window anyway.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how much money it is. I don't give a damn, nigga. I don't give a damn, man. I can't deal with this shit all day. Maybe I could at first. Like, if you said, okay, you get $1 billion if you stream AB. Okay, cool. Every stream you get $1 billion. After like 2 streams, I'm out. Like, I ain't gonna lie. If I'm David Gray, I'm out. Because Dan already got his clout up. He don't need AB no more. He can find any. He can go fucking. He can go to. I tell you streets right now in Chicago you can pull up to and find a drunk old nigga that's funny. That's not hard to find. What the fuck?
So I think, in all honesty, that Adrian Broner might have an inability to have consideration for other people. Because Amber Rose is sitting there, she's with me, they're talking, there's good content on the screen, and then he says that she's got to move because he needs to be in the middle seat. After everything that she had to deal with and dealt with Grace, with Adrian Broner earlier in the day, like in the last segment that we were talking about. She's got to move out. I gotta be. He doesn't even say anything about her. It's just me. I gotta be. You know what I need. This is what I have to have. It's just me. And you can see, like I said, how Amber Rose really knows how to handle everything. She's not getting upset. Like other chicks, they would probably say, like, you were doing all this to me, and you can't even let me sit here. Nah, she's not doing that. She's like, okay, I guess we'll give him his middle seat. And what happens when he gets his middle seat? Well, he starts spazzing out as usual. She understimulating me.
No, we about to fight. You hurting me.
Next time, you saw that. Go ahead. And look,
You gonna fight with me?
I'm not.
Okay, but you hurting me. I know you're having a good time. I appreciate that about you, because you're a good time.
I ain't gonna lie, she seems like an excellent mother. Absolutely, man, listen, she probably so fucking patient with her kids, bro. Real deal. Because I ain't gonna lie, man, this is some crazy shit. How have you not got mad? You ain't got out the car yet. You know what I'm saying? You ain't calling him no nigga yet. You ain't, like, you feel me? This your first time really kind of like fake raising your voice. It was so nice, and then you went right back to being nice as hell. Like, man, see, that's the type of shit that if that was my daughter, I would slap the shit out of a nigga for playing with her. You know what I'm saying? You don't fuck with the nice, sweet, patient girl. Like, that's not official, man.
Okay, you're a big, strong man, and you're pushing me into the door. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay. Thank you. Apparently not. You went right here. You did. Apparently not. Like, you gotta take an L when it's an L, bro. No, I don't take L's. And I don't take elbows. Tell me about it. Yes, baby. Crashing out at you. It crashing out at you. Yeah, chill, bro. How do y'all deal with this shit? Everything's going great. I'm done. So call me if you got answers before my problem. I've been nice to him all day.
What happened?
Everything's going great. I'm done. So call me if you got.
He called her a bitch.
Answers before my problem. I've been nice to him all day. I could really be. I don't want to be a.
That nigga being a bit fat bitch, bro.
Yeah, he get drunk, man.
No, he was like that. He was like, don't talk to Amber like that. He said that. I was like, hey, B, I've been nothing but nice to you all day. Right. Even when you was I was being nice to you. Like, don't talk to me like that. I'm not staying in this car. If he's in this car, I'll be in the other car.
No, we go put
It's a damn shame. Grown ass man. She said she got to the point where I'm not sitting in this car if he finna get in this car. That, boy, y'all, it's like, to me, gang, I'm probably, it's not enough. You can't pay me enough. If them niggas DM me right now and said I got $100,000 for you, I'll be like, no, bro, I'm not. No, I'm good. Dean, come on, Dean, let's rock with it. You know? Because Dean don't seem, he a little, sometimes his jokes be a little corny, but so do mine. But he don't seem like a weirdo to me. That nigga right there, boy, he's a complete weirdo. I had to unfollow that nigga on Instagram. Like, I lost all respect for AB at this point. Type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, you was a weird, drunk, freak, crackhead man. And y'all called me mean for calling him a crackhead. Oh, don't call him a crackhead, man. Come on, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know how y'all do it. That Adrian Broner could DM me right now and offer me $500,000 to do a stream with him. And I would do it. But then I would leave right after. No, I ain't gonna lie though. Like, if you had to really pay me that much money, like to sit down and really stream with this nigga and really like spend a whole 24 hours, I really don't think I could do it, gang. Cause money motivate me in certain ways, but it don't really motivate me. Like I believe in myself enough to the point where, yeah, it might take me 6 more months, but I'll go make $500,000 another way. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it.
His middle seat. And then now he's harming. This is where I'm gonna say, like, okay, now you guys can come to Ambrose's defense. Like, I was holding off. The whole horde. Like Hodor. I was yelling Hodor, holding back everybody from coming out with their capes to save Ambrose. Here, when he got into a physical situation where Adrian Broner throwing his shoulders like that, you know how many shoulder rolls this guy's got to deal with? You know how many jabs have hit those shoulders? This guy, he is strong in comparison to an Ambrose as well. Well, in comparison to anybody. But this guy's been training his whole life. It doesn't matter if he's just been popping the drink. So she's even saying, like, yo, you're hard. Like, you're throwing your shoulder in my direction. And this is the first time that she's really complained. And she finally has to give her ultimatum and say, like, listen, look, AB. And she even tells him, she's like, at this point, when it got physical, and then he's saying, F that B, he's disrespecting me now for what? What did she do wrong?
Yeah,
anybody tell me what?
Yeah, I be letting him do whatever he want to do, like he fucking King dropping Joker or something. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let him do whatever, like he President fucking Trump, like y'all just can't say nothing. He gonna feed you to the lions if you say something bad against him or something. Y'all let him do whatever the fuck he wanna do, bro. I would have left that nigga ass on the side of the road, bro. You be tweaking. I ain't gonna lie. Okay. Y'all niggas a lot more tolerable than me. I'm the best, man.
Rules did wrong this entire time? Nothing. But in Adrian Broner's mind, she is not giving me what I want I'm the main character, or everyone else is an NPC and they're just here to serve me. I'm not getting exactly what I want, when I want it, how I want it, so she's the problem. So ever. And this is what I'm saying. Adrian Broner is an absolute psycho. And and this is a great character. That's what I'm saying. Like all these characters on the show, but you got to be able to tone it down because if an Amber Rose can't deal with this, like we said, Amber Rose has dealt with everything under the sun, then you're in for trouble because if you can't get chicks with Adrian Broner, it's not going to be good enough content. So the content will suffer because that's his character. And you have to prevent yourself from getting accusations. That's why when people say, like, yo, why is it like always OF chicks or like chicks that are in that type of industry? Because they can handle this. If they know what comes with this. And they feel like normal girls, they know. And let's never forget that Amber Rose is the elite of the elite. She got the toughest, most gangster rapper at the time, 21 Savage, to hold up a sign saying, I'm up to, and pull up to her SLUT walk, which was one of the most damaging things that you could have done to his brand. And he did that out of his own volition. She just whispered in his ear, like a shaman, or the shaman is only men, right? Like aren't warlocks only guys too? A sorceress? Yeah, like a sorceress. And he did it. And then when asked about it later on after they broke up, he's like, he had no idea what came over. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like,
yeah, I know what I think. This ass creepy. Because lock his ass up. This shit gonna keep getting worse. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a bully. Like, a bully will continue to bully you until you punch his ass in the fucking mouth. Even if he get up and whoop your ass, he gonna think twice about playing with you tomorrow at school after you punch the shit. See what I'm saying? So that's what it is. And y'all keep letting him get away with it. Keep letting everybody. I'm talking about everybody around him. Everybody around him. Everybody that tune in every stream. Everybody that, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all gonna keep getting it and it's gonna keep getting worse and worse and worse because eventually he's going to feel like he's unstoppable. And in 20 years, when y'all have the Adrian Broner files, and you got 5,000 girls coming out saying that he did this and did that, and he this weird and that weird, don't be fucking surprised, okay? Now I don't want nobody to be surprised. Because we seen this shit live, bro. See, the thing about Diddy and R. Kelly, they did it in a time where R. Kelly pissed over the little girl on camera, so that's it. But the thing about like Diddy, Epstein, they were doing that shit at a time where, and they were secretive about it. They were doing it around a time where it wasn't no such thing as streaming or you couldn't just pull your phone out and record something. And, you know what I'm saying? Like it was easy to hide. And it's still kind of, anything is still easy to hide. The problem is Adrian Broner ain't trying to hide. That nigga is trying to show you how creepy. That's his goal. Every day you wake up, let me show these niggas how creepy I can be toward these girls. I'm not gonna lie, this had to be the most chaotic day in Streamer University audition yet. You almost have phone. The university tour continues, and Castanet decided to go all the way to the opposite coast to see what Los Angeles had to bring. And boy, it did not disappoint. Not only was it funny and hilarious like most of these other days, but it did open up some interesting conversations and some situations that we do need to be monitored. Los Angeles auditions were not just about getting accepted into Stream University. They were a live test of who could turn their attention into content, who could network with other creators, and who could use this moment even if Castanet said no. If you're new to this and you haven't already, just hit that subscribe button. It's gonna go a long way for the channel. Help grow the community as we stay tapped into all the nonsensical controversies on the internet. Back to the video. So I think that the New York live stream university auditions exposed a lot of things to a lot of people. They exposed that they definitely need to bring some water because it's getting real hot outside. It exposed that people were very antsy. It also exposed how hungry people were as they were buying flights to come and do these auditions from states nearby. But I think one of the most important things that it exposed is that this audition and the entire process as a whole wasn't just your average everyday audition. This was a moment for you to make some content. In the totality of the Streamer University auditions, Castanet's actual on-screen appearances probably made up a fraction of the entire thing. And now with that new information, those in Los Angeles weren't just asking Castanet for a spot. They created something worth reacting to in that moment. What the hell are they saying?
Number one, supposed to be the marketing company.
This is what I was talking about in my original Streamer University video. Whoa, that was a little. Dang. Stop it. Get some help. That was a little predatorial, wasn't it, man? Listen, y'all, YouTube and Meta might owe you up to $1,000 if you or your child grew up on social media. If you or your child spent years growing up on social media and experienced serious mental health issues, you should hear this. Recently, a jury just ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions for their role in designing and promoting addictive platforms. They know that their apps can cause anxiety, depression, or mind-related issues. But they never shared those risks with us. They never made us sign anything that we knew the risk. They just maximized their profits. And the recent historic verdict underscores the consequences of those decisions. But you better not worry. Morgan & Morgan is stepping up to hold these platforms accountable for the harm that they have caused. Click the link in my bio to take a very short questionnaire quiz because you might be entitled to a potential recovery of over $1,000. This is what the process was supposed to be about. It wasn't supposed to be this cinematic endeavor telling him why you should pick me. It wasn't this mundane and vanilla, hey, my name is James and I am a gay. No, it wasn't any of that. This right here are the real auditions. This right here is showing how to be creative, how to give the moment, what you're going to be able to provide. Toda and Silver Baby made getting denied money, which is still crazy because the clip traveled around the world. Oh, I'm going to Atlanta. I'm going to Atlanta. Well. That's all I need to tell. I'll see you in the ATM. I'm on fucking office. But see, now this is what I just wish that Castanet kind of explained that because it's a lot of people who want, like, you got to realize, bro, there is no blueprint to it. It's a blueprint, but there's no, like, real classes for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to be a rapper, bro, you could go to school and learn how to make a song, learn how to make a beat, learn how to cadences and chorus and verses. You can go to a class like that. There's not really a streamer class like that. So I personally would have, I wish personally that Content Out would have been told y'all, listen, this is an application process. I'm looking for this, that, the third. I'm looking for creativeness. I'm looking for who could be the best, the most creative. You know what I'm saying? Who could give the best this, the best that. And I feel like that will bring, because all these clips are coming from people who we already know. They're coming from people who already stream because they get it. But a lot of people who are aspiring streamers, they don't really understand that. You know, they know about clip farming, but they can't go nowhere and really actually learn it. You know what I'm saying? Or they can't go to too many places. So I just wish that he would explain that because we got a lot of people lined up outside in the heat passing out, and they thinking they just doing a regular like job application. You know what I'm saying? They don't know that they supposed to come in funny. When they get denied, they look at it like they sad. They like, damn, my opportunity is fucked up. Like, you know what I'm saying? It almost like the job, they ain't give you the job type shit. But I wish that more people looked at it like this, but I also wish that if it wasn't going to be Kyle, I wish somebody would explain it. I don't know if they did, but. Yeah, I know you see my big, face is nice, listen, God. I don't think comes right. Camille getting rejected in New York and then putting on a disguise in order to come back into the event and get rejected again is the exactly type of president that becomes content. Right. No, that's my grandson. No. Nope. My name is that shit like it hurt. Yep. Okay. You be perfect for the guy. LA too. It wasn't just begging for a spot, it was him actually auditioning to be on the set while playing a game. Go ahead and block that for the cut. I'm ready. You almost had fun. That's you. What? No. Oh, Helen? Y'all can flip the script on him. She wasn't a contestant. She asked to judge the contestants. What do you do the best contestant? Okay, come sit right here. Okay, wait, really? Okay, that's your board. Why do you want to get this university? Why do you think you're different? First of all, specifically, I have actual time. But why did you say what? Spell it. SOLIM. Oh, you are. Well, I say all this to say that this is showing that the personalities are what's going to reign true when it comes to the streamer university auditions. We have to remember that even in the first streamer university, Castanat wasn't streaming. He wasn't really a mainstay. He was just a thing to get everybody underneath this one umbrella. But what you made happen under the umbrella was totally 100% up to you. That's why people like Ty Lil and Stable Ron work, because they already understood the assignment. They get streaming. They understand how to make the content. It's not always about having the perfect color grade, the best camera, having this scripted cinematic thing. It's about confidence. It's about timing. It's about making room for reactions. These people understood the hidden rule. Even if you didn't get accepted, you can still leave with clip followers and momentum going back home, where you can make more content, better content, greater content. The best applicants did not wait for Kai to give them content. They turned the audition into content itself. But I will say that LA did show the other side of the spectrum. Some people got the same spotlight, but they used it in the worst way possible. Yeah, I don't know if this guy thought that this was Kid Streaming University, but maybe he just didn't get the message, because that's not the way to do it. I think that moment right there is a learning lesson, and I'll get back to that in 2 seconds, but it's also showing the separation between the content creators and those that just have access to the camera and want the fame and the notoriety, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, for sure. But ain't nobody taught them. You see what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody, like, that's the part where I identify at, because it's like, I remember it's still a lot of shit that I'm ignorant to right now. You know what I'm saying? But I remember wanting to be a content creator and wanting it so bad and doing this and doing that and having a personality. But I didn't know what clip farming was until like a year ago. If that. You feel me? I didn't understand the economy. Like, I knew clips would do that, but nobody really explained it. Nobody broke it down into a science. That's why I'm trying to give y'all sauce as much as I can on whatever I learn. I try to tell y'all, you know what I'm saying? And the game is to be sold, not told. So I got a course. Everything I learn, I teach y'all. Somehow, some way, I give y'all a free game on YouTube, and y'all can go get the real game in the course. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I wish somebody would explain it to these niggas because he don't know. He don't know. He just think he being funny. Shit, I don't know. I'm gonna do something crazy in that motherfucker. Go get a clip. Nobody really probably broke it down to the nigga and say, this is what you need to be doing. This is how you need to take advantage of your. But at the end of the day, that's not on Castanet either. That's on you to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? So if something like that, is to take it and make it to a learning lesson, a teaching lesson. But remember, you noticed the guy who hopped on the table, took his clothes off, and jumped up and down and did monkey noises for Castanet. But I'm gonna be honest with you, every single viral moment does not help you. Sure, University is about standing out, but there is a total difference. Female rappers and your favorite rappers, after they stop rapping or playing basketball or modeling, then going through podcasts and gossip. So I'm actually very young in the podcast and streaming space. Yeah, I do get what you're saying, Armand Wiggins, but at the end of the day, you are 38. No, but I'm 38. That's not great. Very, very clear that he is not with the gossipy, chatty patty nonsense that goes on the internet. What that means for us over here at the Unemployed News Network, us getting to Stream University, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I have to do a throwback and lean into my beginning phases of content when I was doing IRL stuff. But I think there's a reason why. People kind of forget because it's been gone for a long time that the media, whether it be mainstream or even independent media on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, have kind of dragged Castanet for the past couple of years. For a plethora of different incidents that have nothing to do with him, to the tune of now, if you associate any sort of thumbnail, title, or story with Castanet, you're guaranteed to get views, good, bad, or indifferent. And we've covered that ad nauseum on this channel, how those misrepresentations are ultimately detrimental and even evil for the image of Castanet. So I can understand why he would not want these messy types of content creators near Streamer University, whether he was joking or whether he was serious. And I do think there's a little bit of seriousness in there. And he continues the pressing of the messy issue when streamer Snowcone came to sit down in front of him as well. Why are you being so messy? Am I doing the past what? Yes. Me? Yes. To the best of my knowledge, I've been great this past week and I've been working really hard. But you've been a little bit messy with certain situations happening on the live, and you've been saying a lot of people's business. You're right, Pete Snap. Gotta stop doing that. No matter what's going on. You're right. You know what I'm saying? You can't be messy. You gotta make negativity, you know? Now, if I'm not mistaken, Snowcone is a Streamer U alumni, and she's. But don't my only pushback on that is don't everybody do that? Am I tripping? Don't everybody do that? When something crazy happens, bro, everybody gets on stream and react to it. Like when Max got on stream and reacted to the whole girlfriend and her cousin cheating on her cousin, the whole streamer community reacted to that shit. You feel me? When Soulja Boy said something about DDG reacted to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody kind of do that, bro. Like, so if anything is going on, everybody always go put their 2 cents in, react to it, respond, react to it. Castanet do reactions. You know what I'm saying? Everybody do reactions, bro. I'm trying to think about something that happened with Tyleo, that was a reaction. With when Jay Cinco got in a beef with DDG, niggas was reacting to that. They was like, you feel me? I feel like everybody do that. I don't know. This that just happened maybe a couple weeks ago. Castanet isn't just filtering talent, but he's also filtering the energy that surrounds you. You're bringing up people's lives as a way to get your content popping or lit, especially stuff that could have stayed private that had nothing to do with you. It's looking kind of shaky for you. And speaking of energy, this is where that whole Adrian Broner and Dean the Great situation, is that what we're always calling it, comes into play at their audition. I'm not going to drink, but I gave you the money to secure my insurance. If I drink, I lose the over. Okay. No, stop. I have money all the time. No lust. Okay. As much as you may not like being the great Adrian Broner, I'm not gonna lie. There is a small bit of entertainment value to what they do. I ain't gonna lie, they got me hooked to that Young Miami song. In that shit. Seen that shit. But that does not mean that they bring good energy around them. Like Cosnet said, the lust and the liquor and all these things is not a good look, to be quite honest with you. But all that shit is cool, but the stream was on the streamer university last year. We didn't see him doing crazy shit with girls, bro. We didn't see them big girls, whoop girls, all that. So it's like, yeah, true, but it's like that nigga was on there. So.
Thank you for calling Pico. My name is Kenyatta. How may I help you? May I have your first and last name and the address you're calling about? Alright, Barboza, that's 135 Washington Lane, Win code PA 19095. Alright, can you verify the last 4 digits of Social Security number on the account, please? Alright, thank you for that confirmation. So I'm showing that past due amount is $0. Due date is June 18th, 2026. And I'm showing a balance due of $281.32. Next bill date is June 25th, 2026. So let's see. So you want to send to the bill.com or the scrank.com? Do you want the email sent to the bill.com email or the scrank.com email that you have on file? Okay. All right, BrazilNut77 at AOL.com. BrazilNut777 at AOL.com. All right, do you want these other emails deleted? All right, hold on for just a second and let me send you an activity statement, okay?
It's shit. If I'm these two niggas, and all 3 of these niggas got some video, y'all know how I feel. You feel me? They called that phone call. They need the phone call on these niggas. But if I'm one of these 2 niggas, I feel like what shit y'all had to say on there, we do the same shit we be doing. Every day you scroll down the TL, there's a video or some sort of image of them doing something handsy or aggressive with someone. it's hard to really defend. He even gives them the opportunity to change when it comes to the way that they act. But apparently, when they're in the lobby of streaming university auditions, they're not doing a great job of proving that they've changed. That's almost 19. There's your little bitch. Oh, sure. Gee, her 19 has to get fucked. She old enough. What are you guys going for? A 19-year-old? No, teacher.
Guys, and the red over there. No. Over there. I was so uncomfortable. They didn't ask me the most of
Y'all, it's too. In these creator spaces, your reputation is a part of the content. So if your whole brand is mess, gossip, forcing moments, or anything that's kind of negative energy-wise, Hassan might see that as like some sort of risk, and you'll probably end up not being invited to Stream University. Some people got this spot. They still got invited to the audition. So it's like, just because you're not letting them in, you still letting them get the clout off this, bro. And I'm constant at knowing what they doing. As soon as I find out they here, no, they can't. No, we ain't fuck with that. No. Tell they got going. Hot shit. Light and proved exactly why Kai should not trust them with an even bigger one. And that's why the final lesson matters. The real point of Stream University was never just walking in, doing some asking or begging session, and then walking out with an acceptance letter. University auditions, and I'm hoping that people understand that as we look towards the Atlanta auditions. A lot of people thought that the only win was getting in front of Castanet and getting accepted. But even Castanet made it very clear. What was important was interacting, networking, and selling yourself, not just to him, but to the people that are there around you. There were mad other content creators and streamers that were there that, of course, aren't as popular as Kai, but can also help build your community, can open doors for you in other places and spaces. And you just stood in line and waited to see KC3 did it. You probably missed out a lot. That's what most people did too. I know y'all saying I did right, but it is the truth, bro. I think today we peaked at how many viewers? It says on my dashboard, I don't know if this is accurate. It says 133,000. That literally wouldn't have happened. Y'all can call me T1, y'all can say whatever you want. That literally wouldn't happen without Casadet. But really, bro, he's doing like a crazy thing. Like he dead ass helps a lot of people. And the fact that he this shit was super cool today. Some of the biggest streamers were at home switching in and out of different people's feeds because Kai wasn't streaming in order to watch the streamer you at auditions. And if you look, some people's normal highs were blown out of the water because they were at Streamer University's auditions. This is a 4D level chess. Wait, go back. Streaming ain't been this lit since SU, ironically. Y'all, for real though. For real, like everybody tuning in, and I think Kai not streaming on purpose so that other people can get that viewership and that money. That's what's up, bro. You feel me? Like nobody else is doing anything for streamers. There's a lot of huge streamers that's coming to this shit, and nobody else is coming together like, hey, let's have this event to help streamers get on. Let's have this event so we can do this. Let's do this. Let's do that. Like, you see what I'm saying? Because they were at Streamer University's auditions. This is a 4D level chess move. It was bigger than meeting Castanet. The line in and of itself was the exposure needed. Everybody can't come to Streamer University. And I think people are starting to acknowledge that. That's why you'll see tweets like this one guy saying that he didn't get to meet Kai, but also got the opportunity to meet a bunch of people. The smartest content creators that were there that day weren't treating the Los Angeles auditions like some sort of waiting room. They treated it like the first day at Streamer University. And I think that those people will be the winners, whether they go to the actual campus or not. So the LA auditions weren't just about who got accepted or who got denied. They actually showed two different types of people trying to get into Dream University. Some people understood the moment. They made funny clips, created interactions, showed personality, and found a way to turn the auditions into content even when they weren't getting picked. They then worked in line and made connections that they will have for the rest of their content creation journey, whether they get accepted this year, next year, or even ever. But then there were others who kind of fumbled being messy and forcing attention and proving why content might not trust you in that moment. No matter what, people walk away with a lot to reflect on in their content creation journey. And that's the bigger lesson. Streamer University is not just an acceptance letter. It's an opportunity to sell yourself, network, collaborate to an audience that is already watching. So if you showed up to the Los Angeles auditions, the New York auditions, or even the Atlanta auditions, and all you were expecting was to get picked, you waited in line in order to wait for it. And that's what most people are doing. You feel me? You gotta always think outside the box with shit. You feel me? Like, you want to be the person who comes and does extra shit. I always say this, like, when I was younger, I remember this one thing, and I take it to heart, and I use this in life. So
Rosalie, you still there? All right, so I've got that email sent off, and you should receive it within 24 to 48 hours. No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's already noted from the last representative, and that I just sent out the activity statement. No problem. Any other questions or concerns? All right. Just to recap, past due amount is zero. Due date was June 18, 2026. Balance due at this time is $281.32, and your next bill date is June 25th, 2026. Okay. You will have a great Tuesday. Thank you for calling Pico.
drop some sauce on y'all. Y'all ready for this bomb?
What's up, guys?
Alright, so one day, when I don't know what grade I was in, but I was in elementary school, and we had a assignment, homework assignment, and we had to write one page. One regular size notebook page. It had to be pretty much the whole page. We had to write it, right? So I wrote it, and then after I wrote it, they tell you to make it nice and neat and all that shit, right? So I wrote the page. And then I told my mom, like, hey, look, mom, I'm done my homework. Like, I'm about to get on the game. Shit, leave the fuck alone. Right? And mama was like, type it. She was like, okay, good. Now go type it. I was like, what the fuck do I gotta type it? Like, she told me to write it. Why you want me to type it? She was like, I bet you get a better grade if you type it. So she made me type it. Right? She didn't even give me a choice. She made me type it. So I typed it. I came to school the next day. I gave her the written paper and I gave her the typed paper. Now this is before ChatGPT, so there was no way for me to cheat or do nothing like this. It's just my one page essay. I got like 120% on that fucking thing, on that assignment. You feel what I'm saying? Just because I'm the only nigga in the class. Let's say I was in fifth grade. Only nigga in fifth grade that typed this paper when the teacher told everybody to write it. I was the only one that came with a typed paper. And I had a written paper, so it's like, here, I wrote it, and I typed it. So now she's looking at it like, wow, you did a little bit extra than what everybody else did. I'm gonna give you the essay might not have even been the best essay in the class. It was just specifically because I did a little extra. You have to take that attitude with everything, bro. If you come to Streamer University, do a little bit extra. Always just do a little bit extra. Not extra to the point where you get naked and twerking and shaking your ass and making monkey noises on top of you feel me? On top of the desk. No, I'm not saying that. But always do a little bit extra. Come think outside the box. When you come to the job interview, you might be going to work at McDonald's. Put on a suit. Put on your Sunday suit. You might get the job just because you're the only person that came to a job interview at Target with a suit on. You're the only person ever to come with a suit on. Everybody else come with maybe a polo or whatever. You did a little bit extra. You got super hot on and some slacks.
Thank you for calling Pico. My name is Kenyatta, and I may help you. All right, may I have your first and last name and the address you're calling about? Okay, calling on behalf of 3122 King Lane, Lot 213, Phoenixville, PA 19460. Hold on for just a second as I pull up your account. Comes Illy, I see that you have a past due amount of $109.33, due date June 16th, June 17th, 2026. You have a balance due of $110.97, and your next bill date is June 24th, 2026. If we called you, it has to be about. Go ahead. No. So if we called you, it could be due to this. If we called you, it's probably due to this past due amount of 109.33, and I see that the last payment we received was May 26th, 2026 for $100.41. Yes, ma'am. Okay, I'll go ahead and make a note of that. Any other questions or concerns about your account? All right, well, thank you for calling Pico, and have a great Tuesday.
And some loafers. You might get the job just because of that. You might get into Streamer University just because you get a little bit extra. So don't just pull up to the audition, stand in line like this American Idol, and you gonna get your one shot at your $1 million. No, have a script. Have it in your head already what you gonna do. Rehearse it with you and your friend. Have your friend play costume that you do this. Hey, so you think it'd be funnier if I did this or did that? No, because he might think that's weird. Let me do rehearse it. Most of the people just pull it up. Oh my god, costume at Streamer University. I'm gonna pull up there. You can put a mask in. Oh my god, I can't believe it. I'm gonna get in the room with costume. Oh my god, I can't believe it. But if you do a little bit extra, if you plan and you put everything together and you have a full script on everything you gonna say, everything you gonna do, what you think is gonna get this, what you think is gonna get all of the clips, what you think is gonna be the best moment that you can put on. You know what I'm saying? How are you gonna feed off of what he says? Practice improv. You know what I'm saying? Like that those are the things that you should be doing. And then when you do get there, introduce your, especially if you like not to be offensive, but if you like a nobody streamer, if you like a streamer that got 7, 8 people on your shit, nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody watching you. That's cool. Everybody gotta start somewhere. But you should come to Streamer U, the auditions, and you should be networking. Hey, what's going on? Because you never know who's in front of you, who's behind you. They might be the next Kaizen. They might be the next Yama, the next Rakai, the next Toka, the next Ray, the next Kai Mills. They might be standing right next to you. Hey, what's going on, man? My name's Matt. What's going on? What's your name? Oh yeah, cool. How long you been streaming for? What type of videos do you do? What type of streams do you do? How many people do you have? Oh, you have more than me? Hey, so what's some tips you would give me on how to be the most entertaining? Yeah, because I thought that like it's supposed to be more like to me and what it seemed like it's supposed to be more like a convention than application. Like this is supposed to be something where a bunch of people who are passionate about streaming come together and try to get into a bigger platform. But if they don't get in that bigger platform, the person in front of you, the person down the hall from you, the person behind you in line, the person who you saw hanging out crying in front of the gate because they got denied. If you have conversations